It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
The big screen, I can see him right now. He is apparently a proud New York Yankee fan. And he is comedian Steve Byrne.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And
what's up, guys? Someone
new...
went to Lids yesterday for the 50% off. So
there you go.
All right.
Are you actually a New York Yankee fan?
I was a huge Yankee fan when I lived in New York City and I was doing stand-up here. And then you realize how much people hate New York or the Yankees when you wear one of these at the airport traveling across the country. So when in New York, right, you're going to wear this. So
yeah. Now, where were you born and raised?
The Woods. No, I was born in Freehold, New Jersey, home of Springsteen. That's what everybody knows it for. And then I was raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I was going to say, I kind of remembered that. And you're not a Pirates fan? They have much cooler hats.
Well, if I was a Pirates fan, I'd be calling the suicide prevention line, not the Bob and Tom show this morning. But we were when I grew up in Pittsburgh, we were the only Asian family literally in my township. So my house was considered Chinatown.
Boy. And you're Korean, aren't you?
There you go. Korean and Irish, Caucasian and Asian, which makes me Caucasian. That is the joke there.
Steve Byrne is our guest. His new comedy show. It's not Byrne, baby, Byrne. It's called The Last Late Night, and as I understand that, it's sort of a talk show format, but you're the only guest and you're the only host. Am I getting this right?
That's right. Yeah. Look, you guys know you're in the comedy world, right? So there's everybody's got an hour special these days, and they're all kind of the same after a while. And I just thought, why not do something different? Why not shake it up a little bit? And I was watching a late night talk show, and as someone who's been on those quite a bit, I just thought, wow, if you really think about it, it's three styles of writing, right? You have the opening monologue, which is, topical one-liners. And then you transition into panel, which is the guest sits at the couch, and it's storytelling. And then you have traditional stand-up done at the end next to the band by a comedian. So I thought, boy, that's three styles of writing. If you did 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and 20 minutes, 2, 4, 6, that could be a fun hour. So that's the thing. So when you turn this thing on Amazon Prime, it's released tomorrow. Literally, the opening credits are like a talk show. I have a late night talk show band. My friend Neil Kane, who played with Harry Connick the last 20 years, he poached some of the guys from the band. They're my late night jazz trio, if you will. And they're very interactive. And then I go into topical evergreen monologue jokes. I cut to commercial break, and that's me doing crowd work. We kind of 4-panel it, so it looks like the Elvis movie. So you can see me, you can see the crowd, you can see the person I'm talking to, and you can see the band.
Cool.
And then we come out of commercial break, come into panel. I sit behind the desk. I introduce myself. I come out to the couch. I storytell, cut to commercial again, and then I go back into traditional stand-up. And it was 5 years in the making. Everybody said no. I was getting ready to just film it myself, and then Amazon Prime came along and said, "All right, let's do it." So that's how it all kind of happened.
We're talking with comedian Steve Byrne. Is there an actual audience, or is it?
At my live shows, usually not, but at the taping, yes.
Thank you very much. That was a perfectly designed question. I'm a little unclear then. Are you interviewing yourself in the second segment?
I introduce myself when I come out, and then I'm just kind of storytelling in a very, comfortable environment. And I'll tell you, the recurring theme I kept hearing from everybody that came to it, family members, my father, friends that came to the taping, the production company itself, they all said to me the same thing. I kind of understood it when you were describing it, but I didn't really get it until I saw it. And I think that's going to be the big thing, is that people see it and it just comes across flawlessly. But in concept, it's a difficult thing to relay. But even the production designer, I'm a huge Carson fan. I watched so much Carson. I went down this rabbit hole, so much so I started kind of like taking some of his cadence like Rich Little and using it into my own delivery, and I had to stop. But our production designer on the set, I grew up with Carson and then into Leno, obviously, but the desk literally looks like Carson's desk. We have the mug even the white pencils, his cigarette box, and a replica of the lighter he had on the desk. So it was all these little attentions to detail that I was really proud of as well.
Are these the famous pencils that have erasers on both ends? Wasn't that his thing? Yeah. We're talking with comedian Steve Byrne. The special released on Amazon Prime coming up tomorrow, and it's called The Last Late Night with Mr. Byrne. What was the first late night show you were on? Do you remember?
The Tonight Show was the first one I was on was the Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn. And I remember I did my set. He came over. He goes, "That was great." I go, "Oh, thank you." You know what? You know when like the band's playing and the host says something to you as they cut to commercial break. So he comes over and he says, "Oh, that was great." I go, "Oh, thank you." He goes, "Because most of the guys we have on here suck." And he walked away. I was like, "Oh my God."
Wow. And I think the question that leads to is whatever happened to him?
Craig?
Yeah, is he doing all?
Yeah, I don't know.
I got the impression he willingly sort of stepped away from everything, but who knows?
Sometimes you need a break.
A break?
I've seen him in a couple of movies.
Yeah.
He's 20 years taking a role.
Okay. Do you remember the first joke you ever did on late night television?
I don't remember the first joke. No, I just remember the first time I did the Tonight Show. That meant a lot to me because I grew up with it, and it was a show I just revere. And I still grew up. It wasn't the Carson Tonight Show, right? Where you get invited to the couch and then you have a sitcom. It was still something that meant something to me because of the pantheon of late night and what it meant. And I remember when I was doing it, my heart was thumping so much. I had so much anxiety. I thought my tie was moving.
Wow.
I thought you could see my tie moving. And then I went out there. And what I learned is when you do those late night talk shows, the producers always tell you what to do. And after having done a few of them, you just got to play to the audience. You can't play to the cameras. The first time I did Jimmy Kimmel's, it's kind of like a rectangular shape. That's what the studio looks like. And the stand-up is done way off in the corner. So you're kind of here, and the rest of the audience is all out here. It's a really uncomfortable space. And I remember the producer telling me, Dave Rath, he said, "Hey, look, when you get out there, if you're bombing, just keep going." And I was like, "Why would you tell me this? Like I'm going to walk away? Like that's the worst advice I've ever heard." And it was in my head the whole time. And sometimes those sets, they go by so quick. You lose your rhythm and timing. And I had one more joke to set up before my closing joke. And I saw the guy with the cue card and he said 1 minute left. And I was like, "Oh God, I gotta skip to my closing bit." And I was thinking of doing the joke. And I said, as I turned around to get the mics down, I said, forget about it. And I turned around and they thought I dropped an F-bomb on TV. So as soon as I finished the set, security came to me, walked me to the producer's room where they were overseeing everything, all the buttons and the monitors, and they're replaying it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're saying, "Did you drop an F-bomb? Did you say the F word?" I felt like a kid. I was bad in school. And I was like, "No, I swear to God." I said, "Forget about it." And they kept playing it over and over again. And then I was asked to leave. And so that was the last time I did Kimmel's Club. That was the worst late night talk show experience.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Well, the new special is entitled "The Last Late Night." Funny
I like
enough. Amazon Prime with comedian Steve Byrne. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it. And take care of my good friend Reno Collier.
Oh,
as
yeah,
you guys
of course.
know. He's the best. I've gotten to know him in Nashville quite a bit, and he couldn't be a sweeter guy.
Yes.
Well, we'll talk to him again on Monday.
Yeah,
all right.
And we'll see. You said really nasty things about him.
He's always trying to sell me cocaine, which is weird.
Well, he stopped drinking, so he needs to. Yeah.
Yeah. The other advice. But thank you guys so much for
See you,
being so
Steve.
supportive
Looking forward to
over
the
the years,
special.
and lots of love.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Bye, Steve.
Time now to switch gears here because we have a little thing that we call the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em. And every
thought it was
week,
the picking show.
we ask you, the listener, to join up. You can join today and try to be the winner of Week 13 by going to bobandtom.com/contest. Just pick all the winners. It's real simple. In this week's NFL games running Thursday through the Monday Nighter. And last week, Week 12, our winner was Heather Abbas of Bancroft, Michigan.
What's her name? Tina? Sasha?
It's
What is it?
Heather.
Oh, Heather.
And
Heather.
Ms. Abbas is going to be our guest, and we will find out what's happening. I believe we have Heather on the phone right now.
Time now for the often imitated, never duplicated shoe-in of the week. The original sports picking show. We started this way back in the 30s when Jim Thorpe and Red Grange and Sammy Baugh
The Flying Wedge.
The Flying Wedge. Yes, that's what they had for lunch. The Flying Wedge salad. And now we welcome Stephanie.
Heather.
What is it?
Heather Abbas.
Okay, Heather is here to step into the octagon.
Heather, can you hear me okay?
I can. Good morning.
Heather, is it Abbas or Abus? Like anus?
Abbas.
Does it rhyme with
Abbas.
anus?
It doesn't.
Abbas.
It's Abbas, you jackass.
Oh, doesn't rhyme with.
Sorry, Heather.
Yeah, that was Josh.
Just wanted to clarify.
Heather, you had a perfect score last week. You got all of the games, and only one other person did, and you had the tiebreaker because you were closest to predicting the correct score of the tiebreaker game. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. It was very exciting.
Oh, good. Well, now, where is Bancroft, Michigan?
We are outside of Lansing,
Okay.
kind of between Lansing and Flint.
Okay. All right. Good. And that would be right in the middle of the mitten, if you will, that is Lower Michigan. We have Mr. McGee across the way, and he is staring at his phone. And what have we got coming up here?
Heather, do you have a favorite NFL team?
I do. The Steelers. That's my team.
Oh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, we didn't call them the Pittsburgh Steelers when I was a kid. We called them the...
I know what you were going to say.
The Feelers is what we call them, not the Steelers,
Right.
but the Feelers, Tom. Are you with me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, the Steelers are traveling to Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons, and Atlanta is a home underdog. They're getting one. Who do you like, Pittsburgh or Atlanta?
Oh, of course, the Steelers.
All right, and of course you're wrong. I'll take Atlanta, the home dog, barking loud this week. I'll take Atlanta plus the one at home versus Pittsburgh. Now, we've also got your home state team, the Detroit Lions, hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the beautiful one, Trevor Lawrence, at quarterback, who has the long, flowing blonde hair.
Locks of love.
Mrs. Abus isn't interested in any of this.
Get your hair cut, hippie.
What's the spread?
The Lions are getting 2 at home. Who do you like, Lions or the Jaguars?
I never bet on the Lions. I always bet on the Steelers, and so I have to take the Jaguars.
Okay, I will take the Lions plus a 2. We're dead set against each other so far, Tom. San Francisco 49ers hosting the Miami Dolphins. Miami getting 4 in the Levi City. Who do you like, Miami or San Francisco?
Are you talking to me or Tom?
We never talked to Tom.
I'm talking to you, Sasha.
But you did say Tom
I'm taking
before.
the 49ers.
Yeah.
She's taking the 49ers.
She'll take the 49ers minus the 4, Tom. See, I hate that. Tom. And then the Chargers traveling to Vegas.
Wait, who are you taking?
I'm taking Miami plus the 4.
Okay, calm down.
Why don't you go out and set the
Chargers.
car?
Me?
Really
Trying to write this down.
The Las Vegas Raiders. Are hosting
I'm
this.
taking the Raiders as well.
Oh, boy, she didn't even wait.
All right, I'll take Vegas plus the 3, and that's it. And that's my double shot.
Okay.
Sorry to get in your way, Tom.
Okay. I'm just transcribing
No,
this.
it's fine. No, that really helps while you're copying it down and yelling at me while we're doing the show. That really gives it momentum, is what they call it.
Who are your Raiders playing again, Ace?
Chargers. Thank you for asking him, because I wouldn't have answered.
That's why I asked him.
You're a baby.
Did you have a nice Thanksgiving, Heather?
You're not wrong.
Did we lose Heather?
Heather, we're talking to you, Heather.
Heather's afraid to speak.
Why?
Because of us.
We lost her.
Heather?
Oh, did we lose her?
I think we lost her.
Are you not hearing me?
Oh, there we are.
that's
Now we
good.
are,
Now
yeah.
we can hear you.
Heather, are you trapped under something heavy? Heather!
Help save me.
Did you have a nice Thanksgiving, Heather?
Yes, we had a very nice Thanksgiving. It was beautiful here. It was like 50 degrees, and we had a bonfire and played with the kids and the grandkids and all that happy stuff.
Did you watch some football?
Of course.
Okay.
Did you have a little something to drink
Did you
there, Heather?
booze
Did you
it
have a
up?
little booze?
Of course.
Yes.
You can't watch football.
Oh,
Lost her again.
Oh, I think
Heather.
we're losing her. Sorry.
Wonder why that's happening.
Must have one of those paid by the month. Cricket phone.
Well, she can use her winnings to sell the.
Please deposit 35 cents.
She's called her jail. Poor Heather.
The following is from the McDowell County Jail.
Heather was our big. Heather won the beautiful.
Well,
Oh, Heather.
Big green
I
egg.
think we all
Minnie
agree.
Max.
Heather was amazing, and thank you for calling the shoe into the
Can't use the grill in jail.
She's not in jail. So sorry, Heather. If you enter for week 13, once again, bobandtom.com/contest and pick the winners for this coming week. You've got to get the entries in before 8 o'clock this evening, Eastern time, if you please. Thank you very much.
You've ever done it while a program's on, Tom? When TV on in the bedroom?
Surely you have.
On the couch?
Certainly.
Come
Yeah.
on, in the family room?
You ever get that feeling on the couch?
What?
Just slip your hand underneath the
Is it more
blanket.
exciting for the two of you that a kid could walk in at any moment?
I think it would have to be.
That heighten the thrill?
Yeah.
When's the last time? You just give a year.
We're wrestling.
You got to get those 21 in.
Now, actually, that reminds me of an interesting news story. And thank you for mentioning that, Pat. We had this fascinating news story yesterday.
Kiss ass.
No, this is a really interesting story. The headline reads, "Men should ejaculate 21 times a month to protect against prostate cancer."
An empty prostate.
So sex partners out there, you need to service that man.
Oh, but wait.
Christy, that's fine.
Wait. Okay.
Well, I don't want to be at the funeral going, well, Andy'd be here if someone had put out a little more.
And
He could have done it himself.
That's right.
it's also contraception is the responsibility of the woman. I think you know that.
100%.
100%.
Hey, if I could have a baby, I'd worry about it, but I don't.
Darn right.
I can't, so I don't.
I can't.
Here's the text of the article reads as follows.
I have it if you
Research indicates that a man should ejaculate 21 times a month to help protect against prostate cancer. The source, Harvard University, based on a study of 32,000 men.
They're not as reliable as they used to be.
Of course, all those men left-wing commies, right, Josh? 10,000 men at Harvard are socialists today.
Is that a song?
Oh, that's some song that they came up with at Yale, I bet.
Right.
Does Pat have a song about this?
Pat, do you have a little tribute to this?
21 is a huge number I can never do. 2 in a night is fun, but I'm 61 and it's one and done. No is what my girlfriend says when I show her the article about 21. 21 is a huge ass number. 21 is an impossible number. 21. Oh, that's one for December.
Okay. Oh, we got the first one for December. And you deserve that for hitting that note.
And that keyboard.
Congratulations. Do you want a towel? We can get one of Josh's T-shirts.
That is high.
Okay. That's just fascinating, I think. And I imagine there are a lot of guys that are going to be showing this article to
I'm sure, and I'm sure it'll help.
their sex partners.
It says here.
Well, according to Harvard,
Permission to come aboard.
Okay.
Get to work.
Fascinating.
Go take a shower.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.